What's going on, everybody? Jacob here, JK Productions, and y'all know I've been covering FAU for a long time now. I covered them all this season, and I was very excited for them going into the tournament. Very excited for what could be happening, and now they've only gone and made the Sweet 16. I was out of town. I was in New York the last few days. Ironically, I was in Madison Square Garden 2 days ago, where FAU is now going to be playing their Sweet 16 game on Thursday, and man, going into the season, never expected the success going on with the Owls right now, and they are flying. I am so proud, so happy to have been able to cover them this season, and now they're here. Now they're Sweet 16. Now you wonder how far they're going to go. They've already seen the top two teams in their side of the bracket taken out. Purdue, shout out to Fairleigh Dickinson. Appreciate y'all did the job yesterday and read the scripts and took the L. Took care of Purdue. And then Michigan State took care of Marquette. So that is the number 1 and number 2 seeds in FAU side of the bracket already done with. FAU, maybe got a little fortunate by Purdue going down. But I did say that I thought it would have been a pretty good matchup if FAU did come against Purdue, being that Purdue's biggest advantage is the advantage they have down low. That's something that'd be null and voided by Vlad Golden. 7'4" going against 7'1" isn't the biggest difference in the world. And you saw how Fairleigh Dickinson, who I think averages average height is 6'3", smallest in all Division I, was able to take care of Purdue and their size advantage. So shout out to them. I mean, I was able to watch both games. I was able to watch the Memphis game on my phone and then back in the hotel room. And I was able to watch the Fairleigh Dickinson game yesterday on the way back on the airplane. And I just want to talk a little bit about Elijah Martin and everyone getting so upset about what he did afterwards. Man, grow up. The same people, and this is something I said a lot yesterday, the same people who love bat flips in baseball, that love celebrations in NFL, that cry when someone gets an excessive celebration flag in football, right? These are the same people that are out here calling it disgusting, soft, absolutely disrespectful. And let me say, yeah, he probably shouldn't have done it. You probably shouldn't try to do, audacious dunk attempt when the other team's conceding, 8 seconds left in the game. You probably shouldn't do that. But come on, really? In the era that everybody is all about expressing, is all about showing passion and, celebrating moments of that, now's when you want, this is really the time to be calling people out. Come on, man. The man went for a dunk attempt. He missed. Yeah, shouldn't have done it. But people are acting like, he killed somebody's grandma. Disgusting, disrespectful, all this and that. Man, he tried to dunk the ball. Come on. Obviously, again, he shouldn't have done it. But there's worse things that can be done on a basketball court. It was an emotional game. FAU and FDU, if I'm not mistaken, have the same amount of tournament wins all time of 1. It's an emotional moment. All right, it was a hard-fought game. Both teams were kind of jawing back and forth at each other all game long. Come on. Elijah played well in both games. He played great in the conference tournament final game where he got 30 points. It's been an incredible season, emotional season to get to this point. Let the man enjoy himself. Shouldn't have done it, but oh well. Somebody who I've been very impressed with, actually, is Giancarlo Rosado. So far throughout the season, been the backup big man for FAU. FAU only going with one big and sometimes even a 4-guard set. Actually, majority of the time a 4-guard set and one big man, and he's been sitting behind mostly for Vlad Golden for the majority of the year, and we still saw Golden get majority of the minutes, but led the way in points the first game against Memphis, 7 points against Fairleigh Dickinson, and he's really shown his versatility, and he's been a lot more aggressive at attacking the basket than he had been in the regular season. He's been much more eyes on the basket instead of being passive, and I'd love to see it. One of the commentators compared him to Boris Diaw, and I think that is a very decent comparison where he's not going to be a high-flying big man, and he's not going to have these audacious posters, but he'll back you down. He's got a great set of passing, very, very collected when he has the ball in his hands, and now we've seen him start to attack the rim more often than we saw in the regular season. I'd like to see more out of that. Janelle Davis yesterday with 29 points, a very ESPN stat, first player with 25-plus points, 10-plus rebounds, 5-plus assists, 5-plus steals in a tournament game. Incredibly happy to see that for him. And so happy to see the Owls continue to roll. They've really impressed me so far, and next on the hit list is University of Tennessee. A team that is very similar to FAU in multiple senses. Firstly, that they don't go directly through one scorer. They have a variety of scorers. Santiago Vescovi is their leading scorer. He averages 12.7 points this season. And Olivier Kamwa, I think I got that right. I looked at it before this. Olivier Kamwa is their second leading scorer and was the leading scorer in the victory over Duke, where he had 27 points. I'm gonna have a more in-depth breakdown probably in a couple days, either tomorrow or the day after, about a preview for the game on Thursday, again 9 o'clock in New York. There's a chance I'll be there. A chance, slim chance, but a chance that I'll be there in New York. I'm very hopeful. I've been texting everybody I know. As some of you guys know, I work for the radio station there. I've done work for ESPN, and I'm like, just get me in the building. I don't know what I'll be doing when I'm there. I don't know if I'm covered. I don't know if I'll be there as a fan. I'm just trying to see what connections I got to get there in the building for the FAU Tennessee game. But again, their scoring for Tennessee is a lot more spread out than we saw in the first game with Kendrick of Memphis, where he is their leading scorer. Meanwhile, with Tennessee, 12.7 points, 11, 10, 10.7. A very spread out distribution that you see from the Tennessee Volunteers, and a team that I think FAU can beat. And Tennessee's had some very questionable losses this year. They lost I think twice to Missouri. They lost to Colorado. They lost to Florida, a team that FAU beat. Lost in the quarterfinals of the SEC tournament. They were a team that has disappointed multiple times this season. They were a top 10 team at one point and fall all the way down to a 4 seed. A team I think that FAU can beat. We'll see in the days coming into it that, you know, the review, I want to take a deeper look at this team, but so excited from what I've seen from the Owls in their first couple tournament games. Their Sweet 16, the two most difficult opponents that they could come against in their bracket have been taken care of. The three potential teams they could play on their way to the Final Four is, of course, Tennessee, the game coming up on Thursday, and then the winner of the Michigan State-Kansas State game also going on. I think, is that Thursday, Friday? Not sure. Either way, three teams that, you know, FAU can beat. Two teams that did not expect to be fighting for a Final Four spot. Kansas State coming into the season was voted to be projected last place in all of the Big 12. And they've really risen to the occasion. They outlasted Kansas, the perennial school in the state of Kansas, in the big tournament. They lost to Arkansas. And then Michigan State, a team that has really sputtered out this season. Not a lot of talent on that team, but the coaching experience as well as enough talent to get them over a very young, inexperienced team in Marquette. Shaka Smart has lost, I think, 8 of his last 9 tournament games, the one being the first round match of this year. I don't think he's won other than that, maybe he hasn't won a game since he was at VCU. I don't know what his record was at Texas, but I know it wasn't good. These are 3 winnable games, 3 winnable teams FAU were playing against. My dad we just got off the plane yesterday, and we're talking about, you know, the future for FAU in the next coming days, beyond in this tournament. And he's, I forget the saying he said, but basically it was on the lines of, when are you going to start to see reality? I'm not going to see reality. I'm going to ride this ship until it sinks. I'm going down with it. This is something I never before experienced. This is not a time to be conservative. This is not a time to, you know, hedge your bets. I'm all in. I'm all in on FAU going the distance. They've made it this far. Made it more difficult than it needed to be against Memphis. Made it more difficult than it needed to be against Fairleigh Dickinson. But at the end of the day, they won. They keep on dancing. We've seen 15 seeds made the Final Four. Have we? Whatever Loyola Chicago was, we've seen teams like Loyola Chicago make the Final Four. We can see FAU make the Final Four. If you believe in this team, if you believe Janelle Davis, you believe in Elijah Martin, you believe in all these guys on this team that have had a fantastic run this season, moving on to the Final Four, make sure to hit the like button. Let me know down below how you think the game on Saturday, or not Saturday, how you think the game on Thursday is going to go against Tennessee. Are you excited? Are you passionate? Are you going to try to go to the game? Let me know. I'm trying to get there. We'll see what happens. Again, I was already there. I was in New York. Got to see the Nuggets and Knicks game live. It was amazing. Seeing Madison Square Garden was amazing. Be even more amazing if I get to go rooting on the Owls in the Sweet 16. Let me know what you think about the Owls in general down below. Let me know if are you one of those people that were all up in tight about Elijah Martin's dunk attempt at the end. Even if you are, let me know that down below. Make sure to like, subscribe. Thank you all very much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Take care, everybody.